I did it wrong. Oh man. Let me see. Can I change settings? Nah. I'm gonna have to re-enter here, guys. Set up the wrong camera. Going live. 1 second. I'll be right back. Oh, cool. Very cool. Hello, hello. Assalamu alaikum. How do you feel comfortable having a show about Islam when you can't accurately define what a kafir is? Um, I feel pretty good about it, man. The reason is because I don't have a show about Islam. I have a show about the world. Um, I have a show about being a Muslim. I have a show about popular culture and bringing Islam into popular culture. And I never claimed at any point that I know everything. Um, it's 3:38 a.m. here. Thankfully, I'm awake because of work. Why are you awake at because of work? Brother Muawi, your name's Muawiya? Very interesting name. You're like a top fan, and that's your question? You seem like you're like criticizing me. You're like a top fan here. What is your definition of kafir? My definition of kafir that I understood, this is why I bring on experts. You guys think that I sit there giving you guys lectures myself? A night shift. Like the whole point of the culture that I try to curate is one that like we're people. We have questions. We should be interested, investigative. And the only dumb person in the world uh, is the one that's unwilling to learn. Once you're no longer willing to learn more information, that's actually when you have decided to become a fool. So if you think that I'm a fool for asking to learn, for being open to asking what a kafir is, even though I understood kafir a certain way, and it turns out even that when people gave me a summary of what he said later, that actually isn't the correct definition of kafir, and even that sheikh understood kafir differently than what I did, right? Kafir is rooted in covering, which is different from ignorance. So kafir is worse because they know the truth and will cover slash hide it. Yes, kafir actually comes from that's why Allah says in the Quran, "A'jab al-kuffar nabatu," right? That the kuffar, and He's actually talking about a farmer, but not any farmer, a farmer at the early stage of the farming process, and it's the stage where the farmer puts a seed in the ground and covers it with soil, just like a kafir takes the seed of truth, the seed of Islam, and puts it into their chest, deep inside of them, and covers the truth. So that's what I thought kafir was, man. If you think that that's like that makes me uncredible to have this podcast, so be it, man. Comes from kafara. That same verb is used for farming before planting something. Beautiful. You're right. Absolutely. Very cool. How you guys doing? This is the first time I did a podcast for a live for the audience in general. I usually keep this pretty private for just my members, and usually my members will from now on get one every week. But I want to do some because I actually enjoy them. I got some stuff that I'd like to talk about. Talk about how Morocco beat Netherlands the other day. Last time I was on this live, I was talking about how the Netherlands might win the World Cup. And there's an economist who actually got the last three World Cups right. He was able to say that Germany was going to win back when Germany won, and then France back when France won, and then Argentina when Argentina won last time. He got all three right. And then this time he predicted that the Netherlands was going to win. And he got it wrong because of Morocco. Hey, appreciate it, Eric. I mean, let's go Morocco, baby. Egypt's still in it too, but our Moroccan brothers probably got a little bit better of a chance. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just a little irritated that Lamine Yamal didn't play for Morocco, right? Like, I don't know what made him think that Spain has more. I mean, okay, it's obvious why he thinks Spain has more clout. But honestly, in this day and age, I think Morocco got it. Like, if he would have played with Morocco, he would have been a bigger international sensation. He would have been known by the kids in the streets. He would have been like a story, a rise of a young child, of a young Moroccan, half Moroccan boy that took uh, the Moroccan team, the first Arab team, to the World Cup finals. That's way cooler of a story than, oh, I played for Spain and got them their second title. Oh, and they're a super stacked team and they get pissed at me when I do ruku'ah. I don't understand that, man. Have you guys noticed that real clout, real legacy, the only like real legends usually end up like Muslim, like they work towards Islam, like Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X, right? When you try to find honor outside of Islam, you never find it. You never find it. Even like Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, what are they riding on the coattails of? Oh, Tucker Carlson is the number one influencer, conservative influencer. He has the ear of the president of the United States. People, the congressmen listen to his episodes. Where do you think Tucker Carlson gets all of that from? He gets it from the honor that him siding with Muslims and siding with the truth has given him. Candace Owens was hated in the United States her whole career. She's been Candace Owens and Candace Owning for decades. I remember her back when I was like 11, 12, 13. This random lady just seems like she hates black people. She hates herself. She's some weird Republican conservative. It's very strange. Seemed like alt-right, pro-Israel, whatever. She becomes Muslim. I mean, sorry, she doesn't become Muslim. She finds even a little bit of the Muslim truth, which is Palestine. SubhanAllah, how this Palestine issue, I don't even like to call it just a Palestine issue because I believe this is an ummatic issue. This is an ummah uh, thing. This is an ummah project. This is a nationality thing. It's not like the Palestinians is their problem, and it's not our problem. Okay, well, same with Ayari playing for Sweden instead of Tunisia. Well, we're not in their shoes. Yeah, but I don't like Tunisia, like literally Morocco could have did some damage last time around. Like it's not like he has to build it from scratch. It felt so weird that Ayari did not want to celebrate his first goal against Tunisia, but then was jumping for his second one. Yeah, he probably just broke the ice, He was just like, all right, whatever, I'll do it. Yeah. So they got their honor even from us. Candace Owens was nothing before Palestine. Thank you guys for joining. Can I ask you all, like, yes, it reminds me of Milahan, who has Milahan Philosopher's Corner, got introduced to Islam even closer through Khabib. Okay, I've never heard of this. Interesting. What's up with, let me ask you guys this. What's up with this fascination in the Ummah with debate? Seeing Christians get destroyed. One Muslim verse 30. Like, to me, it's intellectual sport. I was talking to Saad Yaqub about it the other day. I was like, what's going on here, man? Why are all these muzzies obsessed with debate? Okay, don't start this whole kafir. Like, do you think that whoever Jolp J? I guess we do. This is public. That's the difference with the comments this time. That's a dumb comment. Do you who rejects religion earn the label kafir? Who sincerely rejects religion? Like, why? Why are you even starting this? This doesn't matter. Who knows how many people got influenced by Mohammed Salah as well? What are you talking about? Mohammed Salah played for Egypt. They all eventually. Oh. You're talking about being inspired for Sam. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, getting back to like what's up with this? Why are you guys? Why are maybe you guys aren't? Maybe my viewer base is different. What's up with this obsession with debates? Why is it so fascinating to people, to Muslims, to see a religion that believes in basically Hercules, like all the Romans did, was take the story of Hercules and demigods and just put one of our Abrahamic prophets in there. That's all they did. Why is that so interesting to debate? I mean, their belief system is just there's nothing. It's more interesting to debate a Jewish person, honestly, in my opinion, about their religion than a Christian. But for some reason, we're obsessed with it. If I don't think this ummah will ever rise as long as, and this is, how many of my guy friends that are 30 plus years old that I walk in their homes and they're sitting there watching debates on YouTube while eating dinner. What are you doing? Why is this sport for you? All of our scholars throughout history of Islam hated debaters, hated debate, right? And then we take it for sport. We take it for it's like watching a soccer game. It's intellectual chess. And all you're looking for is one to destroy the other. That's why if you put in the debate title destroyed, oh Sheikh so and so destroyed atheist. Why is that so appealing? You want to see people destroyed, atheists destroyed? I don't understand this. People think it's entertaining. Yeah, that's silly for you to find religion as your entertainment source. I think it's silly. Um, and I think it's good for you when you're first starting out. Like when you're first a young Muslim, 11, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, even up to 18, 20. I get it. I get watching those debates because that's how you're like sharpening your intellectual tool, understanding. You even learn a little bit, understand a little bit about the religion yourself. But honestly, we did much better with like platforms and formats like Zakir Naik, right, and the guy before him, Ahmed Didat, where there was like passion and heart and care. Someone asks a question and then he digs deep into it. But this whole idea of like, you're finished. I ruined you. Stop right there. The whole world could see you're finished. This is so stupid. Who learned anything? Are you doing this for your ego? Who are you doing this for? I don't know who you're doing this for. And then the 30-year-old Muslim, right, that should be probably worried about, something that can help the ummah. You're sitting there just eating food, just listening to this. You're finished. Just insult and insult and insult. It's ridiculous. What's interesting is that the Christian Jewish content creators have the same headlines about Muslims. Example, Christian destroys Muslim in debate. People just know how to work the algorithm. Muawiyah, ha ha ha. Okay, and then we're back to the kafir. How about you guys just ask your local imam what kafir means? Just figure that out that way. Just figure it out that way. Okay. Don't say you're in the comments trying to figure out what kafir means. All right. This comment section is not where the theories of the ummah get dissected and figured out here. All right. I'm actually having on a Shia sheikh, inshallah, in a couple weeks. Actually, next week. I also had on a Uyghur. You guys requested for me to have on a Uyghur. Uh, he was the president of the Uyghur Foundation in the United States and one of the ones really pushing for Uyghur rights. It's interesting. I did my research on him. I found he was colluding with Israel, this Uyghur president in America. And I pressed him on it. I was like, yo, what's this? And it was so beautiful, like the conversation we ended up having, because he apologized. He said, what I did was wrong. I was just angry. I was angry at the Ummah. And so I figured I screw him and I'll go with the Jews. And I was like, yo, that's interesting. Like he was honest. Uh, bro, why would you bring on a Shia on your show? Are you afraid of what he would say? Is the Shia doctrine so potent and beautiful and well versed that you're worried about what they would say? I brought on a Christian on the show multiple. I actually the first couple people I've had on were Jews. Now obviously they were anti-Zionist Jews. Will I go to hell for sincerely disbelieving in it and convincing others that it's not true? Okay. Who do you guys think is going to win the World Cup? Let me ask you guys this. To be fair, I think in a recent video, the argument the Dawa Bros using those headlines is that those people they are debating are known to be not genuine or seeking the truth. Uh, hmm, that's an interesting point. I'm willing to hear that out. They are debating, but wouldn't you then create a culture of Muslims and Christians debating in a way that is ingenuine and not seeking the truth? Isn't that the kind of culture you're creating where it just let just a bunch of God logics? You think God logic's the only thing that's going to come out? There's going to be 1,000 more of him because we're very disrespectful. I feel in the online space towards their religion. Like we got to be a little bit more respectful here, or more God logics are going to come out. And that's fine if they do. They're not going to win, but like you shouldn't make people forced to listen to Islam only in a disingenuous and unseeking the truth way. That's just weird to create that energy online. Do you believe Sunni and Shia can have a true path forward? I don't. Here, let me sit down for this one. I think this is just a theory that the first time that when we freed Jerusalem, we took over a Shia Egypt. And the Shia Egypt was the key to us getting Jerusalem. I think there's a book called Armies of the Sand, and it's Western military generals discussing why the Arabs are so easy to beat in modern warfare. It's simple. The Arabs are so easy to beat in modern warfare because it's just barren desert, one color, no trees, no mountains, just a flat piece of paper. An F-16 cruises right over that. A B-2 bomber cruises right over that. Just boom, 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 boom. Easy. A tank rolls right through that. Infantry walks right through. Easy. But then places like Persia, Afghanistan, Pakistan, Turkey, Kazakhstan, the stans. I call them the Stan Beltway, right? That region, that Western Asian region that the Muslims control, that mountainous region. I believe that's the future. I believe that you have to unlock Shia Iran as a Sunni, right? Just like we unlocked Shia Egyptians as Sunnis. And I think Iran and Afghanistan are the key to the Ummah uniting back again. Why? Because of their geography. They're mountainous. They are anti-US military. The US military just can't operate in Iran. The US military, I remember when I had on a US Iran expert, literally the top expert in Iran war, and he said he did thousands, tens of thousands of simulations in which the United States fought Iran, and he said none of them. We didn't win one of them. Why? Is it because the Persian people are so special? No. Iran is a natural fortress. Turkey is a natural fortress. Afghanistan, good luck. Natural fortress. So these guys, Pakistan with that K2 mountain, northern Pakistan, that's the key. And if Iran is Shia, well, we got to go in there and make it Sunni. I think it's the key. Oh, who is pro champ 12? Oh my goodness. Uh, Hold on. All right. I talked a little bit there. I missed some of what you guys see. Would love to see a collab with you and Sneeko and or Sony Foz. Listen, man. So, subhanAllah, when I went down the influencer route a little bit, like I met all of these guys, Allah cut me off. Like literally, I tried. I tried to, the New York guys and the influence. I got a message so quickly, just a slap on the wrist. Don't do that. That's not you. You're not an influencer. Do this. Right. And so I tried, but Allah just doesn't want me to. I'm not going to lie to you. If Allah wants it to happen, if Allah wants me to collaborate with these guys, He will. But right now, I've tried and He's blocked it. Do you believe Sunni and Shia can have? Oh, okay. I did that. They are theologically incompatible. Oh, Sunni and Shia are theologically incompatible? I mean, we're as theologically compatible as it can get between two people that disagree. We live with Christians. I'm in America right now. We live with Christians and Jews and atheists and gays and Satanists. Here we are. I'd much rather live with a bunch of Shias than that. I'll tell you what. I'd much rather live with a bunch of Shias than that. Salam from Sana'a, Yemen. Good morning. Yes, salam. Yes, salam. A Yemeni in the chat. The best of peoples. Man. Alhamdulillah for the Yemenis. Alhamdulillah that the Yemeni people exist. But then again, Speaker's Corner in the UK is meant for that style of discussion, open air debates and talks, hence why majority of the Dawah content online is from the UK. Yeah, listen, UK Muslims, I said this in Paul Williams' episode coming out next week, inshallah. UK Muslims are some of the most influential people on planet Earth. Like, put them up against anybody, literally. Some of the most, bar none, some of the most influential people on planet Earth. I agree with you, though. It's not healthy for the Ummah to view that content at all. You just have to graduate from it. That's what it is. Like, you got to graduate, brother. Like, if you've been stuck on Dawah, bro, content for 10 years, then clearly you're not interested in Islam. You're just interested in arguing, which is not what, like, you're not interested in tazkiyah. You're not interested in anything. You're just here to argue. And that could be your own source of high. How did you like Al Huda school? Oh, man. Can I skip that one, Pro Champ? Are you from Al Huda? How do you know what school I went to, Pro Champ? Yeah, man. You went to Al Huda. Yes. You were a grade below me. Interesting. MashaAllah, man. Well, Assalamu alaikum. It's an honor to have you here. What guests would you like to have on your podcast? I think I would love to have on Zohran Mamdani. I'd love to have on Khabib. I'd love to have on Kyrie Irving. I'd love to have on Dr. Afia Siddiqui. We've tried so many times with Dr. Afia Siddiqui's prison. They just won't let us in. They just won't let us in. Is the background a window or a picture? Why are you asking such invasive questions? No, I'm kidding. It's a green screen. Yeah. Well, it's not even green. It's a picture. That's more accurate. I'm going to share my YouTube here. Let's see what's going on today. Tell me, you guys' YouTube look anything like mine? Here we go. Hey, let's go, baby. There we go. Christian versus Muslim. Let's go. Look, and he's not even Muslim. There we go. See, now they're joining the whole freaking crew. He's 97.7 thousand followers. That means he just started. You know. Yeah, here we go. Oh Lord, here it comes. And one of them got super popular out of nowhere. Oh, where am I? Where'd I go? Oh, I left. Sorry, guys. I highly recommend this show. It's called Judge Napolitano, Judging Freedom. Colonel Douglas McGregor. This guy's amazing. Wait. Let me see this one. What did Theo Von say?
Say you're hanging out with like a Muslim guy.
Never.
All right.
No.
Okay. Well, say someone pass. Say somebody's hanging out.
By the way, you see that? You see that? That's why Bobby Lee's a loser and Theo Von isn't. Bobby Lee's 56 years old. Okay, I won't go in on him, but he just irritated. He got under my skin with that.
Out with a Muslim.
All right. I you know, let's. Okay, I'm hanging out with a Muslim. I know a couple.
And somebody drives by in a truck, right? Because it's always a truck, I guess. That racism
It's always a truck.
happens.
It's
It
always a
is.
truck, man.
And yells out, "Get out the street, Slim!" They call them Slims a lot of times.
Wait. They call who Slims? Muslims. No, they don't.
Yeah, they
I've
do.
never.
Yeah.
I feel like you make shit up, dude.
Nah,
I've
dude.
never heard anyone go, "What's up?" Like after 9/11, those Slims, bro. They never said that.
I kind of like that. What do you guys think of the word slim? Huh? That's cool. I thought we were gonna go by muzzies. I never heard that. Slims. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I'm drinking this new drink. It's called Suja. Lemon, ginger, pineapple. It's very good for you. In general, if you can get lemon and ginger, any kind of drink, that's great. Probiotics right there. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay. Did you guys enjoy when I shared my YouTube? We can go down this route. I'm so down. This is usually at this time of night, anyways, at 10 p.m. I'm chilling here looking at this stuff. Have you guys looked into James Fishback? He's running for Congress, or I think he's running for governor of Florida. Dude, there's nothing interesting on my timeline today. It was so interesting. The last couple lives we went together through and just had there's nothing on here today. What would you guys like to talk for me to talk about? I can literally talk about anything, as you can tell. It's hot as hell in this room, though. I'm not gonna lie. It's so hot in here. There's nothing to watch. Yeah. So I think this podcast, this Dawa thing, has is getting out of hand. Actually, like there's this new one that came out. She's like, what's the motivation behind this format? What's the motivation behind this format? That's such an interesting question. The motivation behind this format is that I finally gone full-time on the show. I didn't used to be full-time. I used to do this part-time, and now I'm full-time. So now I have time. Now I have time to do this. I didn't have time to do this before. Yeah. And it's actually thanks to people who became members. They're the ones that allowed me to go full-time on the show. So thank you. Shout out to all the members. And I actually like, if you ask me some, I can go off. So alhamdulillah. So yeah, so I think that the region that will come back, and subhanAllah, how it's narrated that the Mahdi will come out of Khorasan, this region, Afghanistan, Persia, and if you look at, like, let's look at a map of Western Asia. I think the Mahdi. Do you guys want to know what I think the Mahdi is going to do? I think the Mahdi, as a Sunni, will go into Iran, will gain popularity with the Shias, just like we did back in the day. And the Shias are going to trust him. He's going to gain ranks, and then he's going to slowly mobilize Iran, and the Iranian people will get guided back to Sunni Islam. That's what I think will happen there. I think Iran is where the Mahdi actually starts his operation. That's literally what Salahuddin Ayyubi did. That's why we have to be strategic, because that's what Salahuddin Ayyubi did. Salahuddin Ayyubi infiltrated the Shia Egyptian empire, was like, yeah, I like you guys, yeah, Ali, and then he ended up completely dismantling that. Al Azhar used to be a Shia. The Shias are the ones that started Al Azhar. Azhar used to be a Shia school, and it's Salahuddin who turned it into a Sunni school. Being able to give dawah is actually a gift because it's illegal in Uzbekistan. A father got fined for sharing a recitation of Quran. I want to immigrate someday. Isn't there a plan to eliminate Iran, Turkey, and finally Egypt? Absolutely. That's the Zionist plan. Let's be politically correct here, so we don't become bad people here. But yeah, I mean, so their goal is this. Their goal is to finish off Iran. I swear, I listened to David Wormser, he's the reason why we entered at war. And one of the reasons. And David Wormser goes on all these Jewish podcasts, these Zionist podcasts, and he talks about, even during the Iran war, he was talking about Turkey and Egypt. And he's like, the future is the Turkey, Egypt, China axis. He thinks that there's a Turkey, Egypt, China axis that's growing. And one of the things that Sisi did that was pretty smart, we're not going to go into him, but was that he mobilized infantry in the Sinai Peninsula, and the Israelis have not been able to get him out. The Israelis only let Sisi into the Sinai Peninsula because Sisi was fighting terrorists in Sinai, whatever that was. And the Israelis were pro what Sisi was doing. Now, Sinai has been unmobilized. There's no military allowed in there since the 70s. You'd like to know what books I read. Honestly, so my books are not actually with me because I'm actually not back at home right now. But one of the best books you can read is called The Rise and Fall of the Great Powers by Paul Kennedy. Have you guys been interested in politics lately? Have you guys been interested in spirituality lately? What's been how you guys feel? I'll tell you guys how I've been feeling lately. I've never felt further away from Allah. Why does it feel like the only ones helping the Ummah are Iran? Why do you think the other Muslim countries are not helping with the genocide in Palestine, Sudan, Congo, China, Kashmir? I don't think Iran's doing it out of the goodness of their heart. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Iran, back in the early 90s, Iran was actually secretly trading with Israel. Iran was actually creating a pipeline, oil pipeline. If not, I think it did create the oil pipeline and giving oil directly to Israel and trying to build relations with Israel. Iran. And you know who broke off the relationship? Netanyahu. So the prime minister before Netanyahu was trying to use, who was he using? He was trying to use Iran as a boogeyman. So initially, the Israeli posture, the political posture of anti-Iran, started as an internal political trope. The Israelis wanted to use Iran as a boogeyman while they made peace with Yasser Arafat, which was highly unpopular to the Israeli population. They didn't want any kind of deal with the Palestinians. They just want to decimate the Palestinians. How dare you even make a deal with Yasser Arafat and talk about two-state solution, yada, yada, yada. Netanyahu came in and said, screw the two-state solution, screw all of that. What we need is to normalize relations with Saudi Arabia and make Iran actually the boogeyman, actually hate Iran, to pin the Sunnis and Shias against each other, and we side with one of them, and we've decided we want to side with the Sunni, mainly Saudi, was where they were looking. So I don't think it was out of the goodness of their heart. It wasn't. And they didn't even want to fight Israel. Israel and America have attacked them multiple times, and they keep trying not to fight them. So when you're saying like, oh, why are they the only ones fighting? They don't even want to fight. What are we talking about? How is Iran helping the Ummah? And I am currently reading Divine Speech in parallel with 3 other books, mashallah. When things go blurry, running back to the reality of this world is the best cure. The are the only ones in the face ID is what? You guys need to check on the spelling here. Some of this stuff's not even adding up. You are very naive if that is how you think. Sorry to say. Muawi, are you talking to me? What is it that I think? Oh, all right. Oh, you're talking to Eric. Okay. I think he's just asking a question. Wasn't he just asking a question? I think he's just asking a question. Yeah. So honestly, I think one of the no, he's talking to me. Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, yo, we gotta understand we're all Muslim here, man. Like a lot of the time, people dehumanize people online. Like you guys see us like we're actually like a fake person almost. And no, man, like many times, like, oh man, you really got Sheikh Othman on that one. Oh, you really destroyed this, bro. I'm sitting across from this guy. You think I want to destroy him? Or like, if anything, you gotta have love for one another. Who's the best guest you had? I don't really think about that, man. I don't think it's wise to even think like that. They're all good in their own way, alhamdulillah. I obviously, so I'll tell you this. I'll tell you a hint. The ones that I like come back a lot. The ones that I like come back. Speaking of that, we're having Saad Yaqub back on, inshallah, tomorrow. He's coming on tomorrow. The episode will be coming out. And we're going to be talking about Muhammad Iqbali thought. And one of the things he's actually going to be talking about is how Islam used to be different before colonization, which I think is very interesting, what he means by that. The lost, untold history of Islam, actually, is what we'll be talking about. One of the things that I've been personally lately, I think, too much into politics. Like I wake up every morning and start scrolling X and Instagram and what did Israel do today? What did Mamdani say today? And too much politics destroys the heart is what I have learned in the last couple months. I just feel like I have not been close to Allah at all. I said this actually to my mentor the other day. I said, I've never, alhamdulillah, I've never been more blessed, yet I've never been angrier and more ungrateful. And I think it's just because like we just sit there chasing this world, man. And oh man, I got this many views, let's go get more views. Or, oh, I got this job, let's go get another job. Or, oh, I got this house, let's get a better house. Oh, I got this wife, let's get these kids. And it just doesn't. And I kept thinking this week about like this tale about a Mexican fisherman, and a white guy comes up to him, and American guy, and he says, what are you doing? And he tells him, I'm fishing so I can go back home and feed my family. And he says, well, why don't you buy like 2 rods and fish and take portions of that? Now you will double your intake of fish, and you could use half of that for your family and the other half you sell. And the Mexican fisherman tells him, and then what? He says, well, then you could get 3 rods, 4 rods, and then you can triple, quadruple your income, and take that to the market and sell it and take the other portion to your family. He goes, okay, and then what? He says, well, then you can buy a fishing boat and you can get hundreds of thousands of fish and then open your own fishing company and then travel internationally and start distributing all over and all over. And he goes, okay, and then what? He goes, and then you can go back home to your family and eat and sit at the dinner table. And the Mexican fisherman looks at him and goes, well, isn't that what I do already? Isn't that what I'm already doing? A lot of the time, like, I'm chasing to be loved and validated when the people around me are already loving me, already there. What am I like? I got to put a roof over our head. You already have a roof over your head. I didn't think about all the times like, man, I didn't think I was going to make it through this one. I thought I was going to kill myself. I thought I was going to not be able to get over this addiction. I thought I wasn't going to be able to get over this person. My life was, I'll never be able to live with that. Yada, yada, yada. I never thought, how many of those days have we all had? And here we are today. Allah took care of us each one of those days. And yet we still like, okay, oh, if this happens, if this happens. That's what I'm going through right now. Like, I'm trying to take a step back and like, what is going on, man? Why do I feel so? And I think it really started with Epstein, is really when I started just like getting angry. Love of this world. Okay. Are we getting Democrats the midterm a little bit? Are we getting Democrats this midterm a little bit, or people are still gonna bring the Republicans in? Bless or test? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Unzila. Exactly, because you will realize how little influence you generally have, but at the same time, consistent awareness is good. Inshallah, it will be on your scale of good deeds at the end of it all. Ameen. I try to know more about life than to actually live it, and that is somehow sad to me. That's why cleaning feels like a therapy, because I feel I fully concentrate for a constant period of time besides the fulfilling results afterwards. We love Mamdani though, yes. I don't love any, like, I'm not loyal to anyone. I don't idolize any, like, none of these. At the end of the day, these guys are just guys. Are you with us or are you against us? Are you pro Ummah or are you anti Ummah? As long as you're pro Ummah, I love you. I love you. You're my brother. You want to protect Muslim children and Muslim women, the job of a Muslim man as Mamdani, I love you. You don't want to do that? Our love is conditional. Our love is conditional with leaders. Do you love us or do you don't? Sometimes I see how Muslims are being oppressed through politics and get sad over how I can't do anything about it. You know, one of the things I love though is, don't you love how these guys are just always plotting and planning and they just lose? Like, they keep plotting and Allah just keeps destroying their plots. We're not even doing anything. We Muslims are barely even doing. Allah is single-handedly taking these guys out. I mean, they're taking L after L after L. Israel is in big trouble. I don't know if you guys have realized this. Israel is in big trouble. I would not want to be Israeli right now. I wouldn't want to be an Israeli. I would not want to be a Jew right now. This is not a good time in their history. Sometimes I see how values get oppressed by monstrous wealth hoarders. Sure. Yeah. What's your point though? Like, what are you elaborating on there? Because you realize how little influence you generally have. Yeah, man. I'll tell you. Do you guys know why I do this? I'll tell you guys why I do this podcast. I do this podcast because I'm hoping that the Mahdi and his followers will be listening and will learn a thing or two, and we can help curate the generation that will save the Ummah. I am crazy enough to think that. I want to see this ummah back. Make this ummah great again. Muga. Muga. Make this ummah great again. There we go. Makes sense if you don't think about it. Do you plan any videos with brother Usama? Yeah, yeah. I hope he comes on. Convince him to come back on. You we tried. It always was, but they will be rewarded by the Dajjal's arrival. Ooh. You know what my theory on the Dajjal is? I'll tell you guys since I don't have to be a scholar to talk about this one. My theory on the Dajjal, best anime. I mean, hold on, that's a quick one. That's a quick one, baby. Hold on, where we at? Where we at? Come on, camera. Come on. There we are. Yes, sir. Luffy, One Piece. What was I talking about? Oh, my theory on the jet. You guys interested in hearing about my theory on the jet? I'll tell you anyways. So I think that the jet, you know that story of the Christians that later became Muslims, so they actually became Sahaba. But the Christian actually, I don't know if they became maybe, but they were Christians during the Prophet's time. They did convert to Islam, so I think they should have become. Maybe they didn't be considered, but they converted to Islam, right? But before they converted to Islam, they were Christian sailors, and they went out into the seas, and they got hit by a storm, and then they landed on this island, and they saw the Deba, the furry beast, and the furry beast told them that there's a man that wants to talk to them, and they went and talked to the man, and he was chained up and so on, right? You guys know the story, right? Can I get some hearts if you guys have heard this story before? Can I see if you guys have heard this story before I continue? Okay. I'm just gonna go with that. You guys, so okay, cool. You guys have heard this story. I actually think that, hear me out now. Don't call me crazy just yet. Just hear my theory. It's a theory that they ended up on an island that isn't in this world or dimension. This storm was very similar to the story arc of like ending up in any Bermuda like ocean like storm, and then you end up on an island that doesn't exist outside of the reality in which the storm created, in which Allah intended for you to be there in this different dimension. And what I think the Dajjal, when they saw him, was they saw him in not a real island in this world, but it's like almost like they entered the Bermuda Triangle and ended up on a different island in a different dimension. Why do I say this? Sheikh Omar Simon came out with an episode. It's actually incredible, right? It's a part of his series on the final days. It's called like the Final Hour series, and he talks about how during the Prophet ﷺ's time, there was a man that the Prophet, there was a boy, a Jewish boy that the Prophet was worried was the Dajjal, and the Sahaba were worried was the Dajjal. And I won't tell the whole story. You guys could go check that out. But when the Prophet ﷺ died, one time one of the Sahaba met this man on the road. And Umar Sulaiman says that the Sahabi said something to the man. And this man, he's now a man. He used to be a little boy when the Prophet ﷺ was around. This man became so angry, he started physically growing and his shirt tearing. And then one of the Sahabi women looks at the Sahaba when he tells her that story, where he runs away from him, and he tells her that story, and she tells him, don't you know that the Prophet ﷺ said that the Dajjal will come out in a moment of anger? What are you doing? And so I think that the Dajjal, and if you listen to the whole story, it corroborates what I'm about to say next. I think that the Dajjal is chained away inside of someone, in an island deep in someone's soul, that these men were able to access through the storm. So this guy's just a regular guy, but inside him, the Antichrist is chained. And in a moment of anger, the Antichrist chains will be unlocked, and he will burst through the man. And obviously he's a part of the man, but his energy, like almost like the nine tail. If you've watched Naruto, you understand this story arc very well. The nine tail fox, a beast that will kill all of humanity, chained away inside a little boy, and everyone fears that the beast will come back out. Right? This is what I think that the Dajjal is. He's a beast inside of a man, inside of a boy, and one day he'll come out. And when he rages, when this boy, when this man, he becomes a man, when this man rages, it's like the Hulk coming into existence. He gets enraged, his eye pops out, kafir gets written on him. He literally turns into like a monster, like a little mini monster. The anime influence is really kicking in. It's just my theory. It's just my theory. And if it makes sense, the more you, because I don't want to talk too much about things where I do need some more credentials about, like, I don't know, dot, dot, dot. Tamim al-Dari. Well, actually, we can speculate about Dajjal because he's not like a religious figure. I can insult Dajjal right now if I wanted to. I could say that he's an idiot, right? The one that we shouldn't actually we outnumber. You see the earthquake. Tamim al-Dari is the one who met Dajjal. Okay, you see the earthquakes were around Bermuda Triangle, though. We outnumber them. Okay. It's still a matter of aqidah. Yes, it is. You're right. But it's the matter of aqidah is believing that he comes back. Now, how he comes, and is what I'm saying more silly, or is it silly or not silly, but isn't it kind of also as wacky of an idea to say that Dajjal is TV? Why is that any more aqidah based? The Dajjal is AI. Is that aqidah based? Yeah, no worries. Just reminding you the main purpose was to make us appreciate good deeds and accumulate as many of them as possible. I wrote about this tumultuous 20s decade in 2020 and kept proof. What are you talking about? Ansari, one of my favorite Muslim podcasts. Hey, thank you, man. What's your name? Khandusi. Thank you. Appreciate you. Or woman, whoever. He's a man who's incapable of doing anything. LeBron. A lot of eschatology is speculative beyond the broad confirmed by Quran and authentic Sunnah. It's always regular people. Guys, I feel like I'm getting like sound bites. What are you guys talking about here? One of you just said LeBron. I don't even know what that one is. It just said LeBron. It comes out of nowhere with that. We're talking about the Dajjal talks about LeBron, man. This is where we're at. No? This is where we're at. What's the topic? I have no idea. I've lost. I just came in, not gonna lie. I'm talking about the Dajjal. Are you married? Question mark. I wish. First of all, I know you. Okay, don't do this. Do you watch Blogging Theology? Sometimes I don't have. Yeah. What is your advice for someone thinking of starting a podcast about Muslim issues? Why would you start a podcast about Muslim issues? Why would you start a podcast about issues? Who does that? What does that mean? What do you mean by Muslim issues? So yeah. Let me explain to you why I think this about the. You guys have to understand that Allah says that we send upon you the greatest of stories. This is in the passage of Yusuf in the first couple verses. I don't remember in Arabic, but Allah tells us that He has the best of stories and gives us the best of stories. He's the greatest storyteller. It's not controversial to say that Allah is the greatest storyteller. And what was the first thing Allah created? Was the pen and the book. And the pen started writing. And the pen started writing. Allah commanded it, write the story of all my creation. And so the very first thing that was created was the story of Allah's creation. right? And all we are characters in a book within a book within a book within a book, guided by a book in which there are characters guiding others through books, in which those books have characters very similar to the book originally being referenced in character. It's incredible. And so when you ask cinematographers and authors how many different story arcs, possibilities of stories are there, different ones will tell you different numbers. Some will tell you 36, some will tell you 38, some will tell you 56. Regardless, it's numbered. Let's say 36. Let's say how many, I'm going to search this up right now. How many possible story arcs are there? 6. Whoa. This one's saying 6. 5. Okay, so Medium talks about, are there 3, 5, 7, 9, or 36 different story types? Let's act like there's a limited number. Let's go with 36 stories. Allah in the Quran tells you many of the story arcs that exist. And if you don't see life as a story, if you don't see yourself as a character in a story, that your name is the title of your book, then you're missing out on a lot of beauty. And so when you say anime got a lot of influence, when you say that now I'm just thinking about Bermuda, now I'm just making all these things, well, I'm actually following story arcs that Allah created. Allah already created the story arc. No human made it. Allah created the story arc in which someone gets lost in a ship and then ends up on a mysterious island. I didn't create that story. Allah did. Literally during the Prophet's time, he did it again. It's done multiple times. Right? This is not foreign. I had someone that asked me this the other day. They said, I don't know. The Jews do feel like the chosen people. Every other people on earth, whether it's the Indians or the Native Americans or the Mayans or the Aztecs, they all got destroyed. Ayat, Thamud, they all got destroyed for disobeying Allah. Just once or twice. But these Jews, these children of Israel, they disobey Allah time after time after time after time. So doesn't that make them kind of like the chosen people? I mean, don't they kind of have a point? And my reaction to him was, one, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. And we do not punish, we do not send people to hell, except first sending them a messenger. Is it a good thing for Allah not to give your community any excuse and send you messenger after messenger after messenger? Or does that mean that Allah wants you all to almost meet the criteria of hell? Also, when you like a community, do you heavily police it? When the United States government or your government, wherever you guys live, when they like a community, do they send police there so many times? No, because messengers in that sense are police, in that there is no punishment unless they're there. So if God keeps sending you messengers, that's not a good thing. That actually means he's holding you accountable, all of you. At least the Mayans, there's some of them that are going to end up in heaven, inshallah. At least the Africans who don't get messenger after messenger that we know of, many of those in those random tribes that you can go, well, those random African tribes, clearly they're not chosen, and the Jews are chosen because they have all these messengers. Well, actually, it's beneficial for these African tribes not to have all these messengers. That means they're all capable of entering heaven. Who loves who more? Who's more chosen? Who's more loved? So that was my first response to him. My second response to him was this. The Jews, do you have a mod here? Because my comment about Roblox got deleted. I don't even know what that. I don't even know. No, we don't. So where was I? Why am I looking at the comments halfway through the story? Okay, perfect. I'm back. The Jews follow a similar story arc to what we see in other places in books and movies that we know. Haven't we heard of the child who should have been? Haven't we heard about the gifted child, the one who was given everything, the one who was more powerful than any of the others and more talented and more capable and was actually the apprentice of the teacher, of the master, and no one else since him has been the apprentice? And that child ends up being the one that needs to be defeated, right? Haven't we heard, like, let's take Harry Potter. Wasn't Voldemort supposed to be Harry? Wasn't Voldemort supposed to be the great Ummah, the great Harry Potter? But he ended up the very thing that Harry Potter was made to defeat. He was given every tool. He was given every chance to be great. He was more talented than Harry. He was made an apprentice to Dumbledore, and Harry wasn't, basically. Harry was not really, right? And what's the Ummah? The Ummah is the orphan boy. This Ummah is the orphan boy that everyone discounted, that everyone said there's no way this is the chosen one. And he ends up, despite everything, ends up being the greatest of them all. We are the best Ummah. كنت خير أمة أخرجت للناس. Right? So I just used story arc to explain a reality that we see in front of us. And that's why I use story arc to explain the reality of Dajjal. To me, it makes a lot of sense. Seems to be Iblis, and Harry really represents Adam peace. So Unzila, the thing is that the story repeats itself. It doesn't happen once. That's why Allah tells us. Do you think he tells us the stories of the prophets because, the story of Musa happens once? How many of us have a pharaoh in our lives? How many of us are raised by a single mother like Isa? How many of us are abandoned like Prophet Muhammad? I say these stories repeat themselves over and over again. How did we move to the Harry Potter? Oh Lord, you guys have not been listening. Y'all have not been listening. Can we talk about Muslims and rife sectarianism? What do you mean it's speculative? It's okay. May God bless you the best stories. May God tell you the best stories. I mean, television. We should probably learn the dua for the protection from the fitna of Dajjal. Absolutely. First 10 and last 10 verses, Surah Al-Kahf. Too many books. I mean, the nature of the signs of the final hour, not their actual occurrence. That's why it's better to do tafweed. For example, the true nature of Ya'juj and Ma'juj, we believe in it. Ya'juj and Ma'juj are the ones that actually I haven't been able to gain a theory on yet. You guys know I'm about my theories. I love my theories. I come up with all kinds of wacky theories. That one I haven't been able to figure out yet. That's why the main objective of this life is to worship. And okay, do you have a mind? Okay. Guys, and I don't think you guys need to agree with me at all on this. This is just my theory. Imagine an infinite book which has beginning and imagine an infinite book which has a beginning and no end, containing the entire history of divine creation, including life here below in the dunya, plus our eternal life. This means that we are and will remain at the first letter of the word. SubhanAllah, what an incredible deal. Voldemort seems to be Iblis, and Harry, again, actually, we are the Jews, but y'all call us blacks. Yet those Edomites and Nazis in Israel are not. Gaza had 70% Jews before this genocide. How did we move to the Harry Potter? We should learn the dua that protects us. Capitalism is so ugly. Usury, question mark. Are you guys dreaming? Is this like I feel like I'm in my dreams right now? This is. Are you guys? What are we? What kind of? What's going on here? How can you compare Harry Potter to a prophet of Allah? No one compared Harry Potter to a prophet. Oh, because she said that. No, it's story arc, brother. It's story arc. Let's face. Just because a Zionist wrote Harry Potter doesn't mean the Ummah isn't real. Let's face World War III first. We could think about Ya'juj and Ma'juj later, because I don't think we will be alive during the time of Ya'juj and Ma'juj. Honestly, I kind of agree with that. It's the attention span problem. The comments, I guess. Nah, Akhi, this is the chat world. If you look at other streamer chats, it's beyond ridiculous. Yeah, see, I did not compare haram, bro. Oh my goodness. Where are you guys from? Where's everyone from here? Hakimo. What is this? What do you mean, what is this? You're the most person saying random things in here. Hakimo, deleting messages and sending a brawn and take a sip of my coffee. Y'all driving me insane right now. You're in Canada? Yeah. How y'all been over there? I'm locked in now. Hey, let's go, baby. Yeah, lock in. It's 2026. Gotta lock in. Hey, what's you got? Uzbekistan. Oh, yo, I be watching. You guys watch those Uzbekistan videos where they just like grill a cow or something under like some firewood deep in the ground and got some chickens. I don't know what's going on in Uzbekistan, but like they got like little ducklings and kittens and like I'm like, what is this? What? How did I end up in the United States? Why am I not there? Why are we doing all this back to the Mexican fishermen? Yeah, imagine all the streamers read all. I'm new to this. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm new to this. I've never done these chats live before. Am I not supposed to read the chats? I mean, there's enough. It's good enough of a small group for us to be a little intimate here. So we can Somalia. Okay, Algerian in Paris. Oh, and you put the Paris. Okay, how's that been? How's that been being Algerian in Paris? I'm trying to figure out what you French Muslims are going through. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Oh, United States versus Bosnia. Who won? Let's see.
It's game time.
If we can do this for the FIFA World Cup, imagine what we can.
Come on, bro. Freaking ads. Come on. Okay. No, I can't show it too much, guys. I'm not gonna because you two got mad at me last time we did this. Oh no. Yo, I want Bosnia to win. Let's go, Bosnia. Where'd they score that first goal? They score this? Okay, here's where he scored. Oh, bad guys. I'm sorry. You probably wanted to see the replay. 1-0, 2-0. Oh, we got right on there. 2-0 US versus Bosnia. This looks like it's a for right there for sure. 2-0. 2-0 US versus Bosnia. Okay, that's unfortunate. What happened to Belgium versus Senegal? What happened there? Let's go Senegal. Yeah, bro. Senegal, beautiful Muslim country. You know that Senegal has 95% Muslims? More than Egypt. I love the Senegalese. No. Belgium scored 3-2 in overtime. Oh, is this free kick? This was overtime, right? Was it golden goal? Looks like a golden goal. Yeah. No, it wasn't. Senegal less. Wait, how did Senegal lose against Belgium, bro? Senegal is better than Egypt, and we beat Belgium. I don't understand that. I don't understand. We Egyptians get scared of Hey, did you guys get blocked off for a little bit there? Am I back? Are we back? I don't understand that. Senegal is an incredible team. That's actually upsetting. I'm actually kind of irritated at that. I thought Senegal would beat Belgium easily. I think Belgium, ever since it lost to Egypt, it's just been trying to get itself back together. Morocco, though, Morocco. Egypt is playing this Friday, inshallah. All right. France beat Sweden 3-0. Yo, France looks amazing. I'm not going to lie. France looks pretty good. I just don't want Argentina to win. As long as Argentina doesn't win, I'm good. I'm good. Those Mexican Zionists, I don't want them to win. Okay. Yeah, Netherlands, Morocco. Morocco beat the Netherlands in penalty shootout. Incredible. The clutch gene in Moroccans is out of this world. The clutch gene. Okay. I miss Algeria. Paris is not the best place for Muslims. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. Paris Eiffel Tower got hit with lightning, though. So Canada, awesome right now. Oh, Senegal lost their iman last 5 minutes. Dang. Senegal became Kafirs the last 5 minutes. What do you mean? They lost their faith? You mean like they lost hope? Is that what you're saying? I really hope. I just want to see these Europeans lose. I'm not gonna lie. Like the arrogance they got right now. Best place to be is Antarctica right now at the moment. I've been thinking about buying a whole bunch of just gold, just keeping it, under my bed kind of thing. Physical gold. You can actually go to your government, like buy like gold coins. You don't have to like go in and buy a bracelet, right? Or jewelry. Because jewelry, you actually get taxed on it, the handcraft work. So you're not only paying for like pure gold, you're paying for the craftsmanship, and then you're paying the shop for the revenue they got, the profit margin, and so on and so forth. And then if you do want to sell it, then it's not actually as pure. There's a whole bunch of stuff put in there in gold jewelry. So the best thing, if you ever want to buy gold, because I think I'm on the same wavelength as you guys. I don't think IRS audit, bruh. You think the IRS won't let me buy gold? What's going on here? I don't see World War III not happening soon. Now I hope it doesn't, but honestly, after my dream about the gel, I have pretty much, I'm prepared. So I think I'm gonna get some reservation in gold and just get in the gold coins. You can even get in like the little bricks. Oh, how soon do you think? I think 20, like the theory that I've had so far is 2040. Oh, wait. 2050. But did you get that dream interpreted? I think the best interpreter of a dream is yourself. I think the person that knows what dream about the gel, did you make a video on this? I did. So I think it's around 2050. You agree? Yeah. So I had a dream about the gel last year, and no, there's legitimate scholarship behind it. Yeah, sure. But I don't even think you need to be a scholar. There's some people that are just like Allah has given people different talents, Okay. Some people are naturally talented at soccer, FIFA World Cup. Some people are naturally talented at writing and reading and science and math and for some reason chemistry and biology and all this stuff. Right? Some people are just naturally talented at it. Some people are naturally spiritually talented. Did you know that? Like spiritually talented. The one that people try to call like mediums and witches and stuff. No, for the sake of healing people, Allah has given that spiritual talent to some to be able to like, some people can see stuff. Some people see more dreams. Some people feel things more than others, right? And Allah made that for them to become cures for those afflicted with like black magic and stuff. So those people are necessary for us to deal with black magic. These guys end up usually in that field and helping people with that, right? So spiritual insight doesn't need scholarship that much. It could be, but do be careful because as some scholars say, it is literally trying to interpret our creator's message. Well, I mean, that's literally why your creator sent the message to you. Imagine if someone sent you a message and goes, don't read it. How dare you even think about it? Like, that would be very strange. So if Allah sent you a dream, he actually, you are qualified. The proof that Allah sent it to you. Now, you might go to someone, but that doesn't mean that you might go to someone just because you don't feel confident in yourself, maybe. I got invited to a job interview as a sales agent for an insurance company. I didn't go because I don't even know if it would be halal income. Any thoughts? No, I have no idea. I'm not qualified for that. Were you born in Islam? What does that mean? Oh, was like I was born Muslim? Yeah. I am born Muslim. The planets are aligned right now, just as they were at Hiroshima. What? I guess he's talking about World War III. It was such a strange thing to say. Not all dreams are from Allah. Like if you feel scared after the dream, it's most likely from Satan. There are 3 types of dreams. The revolution is information. Okay, very cool. Bunch of woke muzzies, bunch of woke slims in here. Bunch of woke slims. Okay. So not all dreams are from Allah. Like if you feel scared after the dream, it's most likely from Satan. I don't. So my experience has been I've had 2 dreams where I was very scared. Very scared. So once I had a dream where like killer whales were chasing me and so on, and I woke and in it I started reciting these verses that got them away from me, and so I later I struggled with this dream so much. What's the killer whale? What's the killer whale? What's the killer whale? And then I had another dream where the dream scared me, that first one, where a man pointed at the killer whales, another dream, that were jumping in the ocean. And he goes, you see that? This means this in your older dream. And the dream ended. He told me the interpretation of the dream. That was a scary dream. I didn't feel very good after that. Right? But I don't think you get like a dream that you've seen come true and then another dream validating it. And both were actually a warning. It was actually Allah warning me. Well, he was also giving me bushra. I'm not gonna lie. So I'll tell you my dream, and if you guys, you don't have to believe it. I don't care if you guys don't believe it. It's my dream. I don't necessarily believe it. I mean, it's just a dream. And the dream is that I woke up and the world was barren, black soil. It looked like post-nuclear war. And the sky was red and black. And people started screaming and running all around me. I just stood around there looking around like, yo, what's going on? And then I look at someone who I know and I go, what's going on? And they respond, the Dajjal has arrived. The Dajjal has come out. I got maybe I shouldn't tell you guys this part. Maybe I should. So he said that the jet is coming out and they're looking for you. I go, me? I'm immediately startled. Like, what? And I look to in front of me, like this way, and there's a mountain. And the Dajjal starts up, it starts coming from the opposite side of the mountain. So I can't see him. But what do I see? I see his shadow growing on the black and red sky. And the shadow is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And he's getting larger than life, larger than life, larger than life. And I remember in that moment, I have never, every man knows this. Every man knows this. Every man in his thoughts and dreams believes he could beat anyone in a fight. Okay. It doesn't matter if he's skinny, if he's small, if he's tall. We all think in our little egos that we could beat anyone in a fight. I have never been more hopeless in fighting someone in my life. I was in a state of terror. I've never felt fear like this in my life. Never. And from the amount of fear I had, I woke up and I was pouring. My shirt was wet and I was shaking like this. I was shaking. I couldn't, I wouldn't be even able to hold this cup. I would be holding it like that. I was just shaking. And I remember after that, I lost all interest in him ever coming. And I hope he doesn't come. And I don't think he's interesting. And I just imagine like Superman, but evil. That's how he felt. He felt like something that you couldn't fight. And he's gonna kill you. Okay. Unzira, what if I tell you that I had another dream that says otherwise? That's why you need scholars who are knowledgeable to interpret these messages. I got the Dajjal dream in 2024, right before Ramadan. My Quran teacher interpreted it as a major deception in my life. Some people can know your mental state and even your sin. I think a lot of people know my mental state at this point. Okay. Did you guys watch my episode with Dr. Hussein? God, don't judge me right now. I'm kind of forgetting his name. Let me see. Had him on a while ago. What's his name? Where is he? Gotta go through my own profile to find it. What's going on here? Oh, Dr. Ali Hussein. You guys watch that episode with Dr. Ali Hussein where we talk about dreams and the meaning of dreams and how different worlds use those dreams? This guy with bunny PFP is high? What the hell are you talking about? Too many lucid dreams to count. Yeah, so as you can see, like this world is a little crazy. And one of the things that I think bothers a lot of Muslims, and they seem to never want to admit it, a lot of Muslims I feel don't actually. Let me rephrase this. If you knew how dynamic Islam is able to conceptualize and comprehend every aspect of human reality, the ugliest and the harshest and the worst, the weirdest and the strangest aspects of human reality, it confronts, and it talks about, and it heals. And that means that Islam is very dynamic. One of the things that Saad Yaqub and I will be discussing, and he already kind of gave me a hint, is that before the modern era, before colonization, Islam was very dynamic. And in fact, it was so dynamic that the scholars had to reel back what people knew, because there is a fear. If you knew how dynamic Islam is, if people knew how dynamic Islam is, they may just do whatever they want. That's the real issue. If you found out just how much wisdom, every law, like Islamic law, when the judges in court used to like let's say you go to court and you tell them your issue, whatever it is, they will tailor it completely to you. The law tailored right for you, like a suit, right for you. So something could be haram for you and not haram for someone else, and halal for you and not halal for someone else. What? Yeah, I mean, this is not controversial to say. Some people, it's haram for them to marry more than one wife. They're not just with their one wife. Haram for them to marry more than one wife. Some people, it's haram for them to, buy another car. Not haram for someone with no car, but haram for someone that is about to buy their 100th car or is obsessed with cars. Right? Yeah. So that's something we're going to be talking about. Islam addresses all this, all these like, oh my God, doesn't, before death experience, what is that? Near death experience, doesn't that prove Allah doesn't exist? Well, how does this? You'll be surprised how Islam deals with that, how much you can learn through that. Okay, I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. I've been talking for 90 minutes. I don't even know what the hell we've been talking about for 90 minutes, but it went all over the place. It's great. Great stuff. Good stuff. You guys have any final thoughts before we head off? Thank you, brother. I'll try to do these more often and tell you guys about them more often. Get some stuff prepared even. Inshallah. I hope you guys enjoy the show. When is your next stream? It was fun. Thank you, Unza. I appreciate it. So I'm gonna be out of town for a little bit, and then when I'm back, I'm gonna start these back up again. I might do it one more time Sunday or Saturday, this Saturday or Sunday. But when I'm back, this will be it'll be weekly. Okay, because why not? It's fun. What did I want to tell you guys? Oh, we actually have been working very hard. Like, I know you guys, some people get upset with our ads, our sponsorships. I want you guys to know that all of that money gets right back invested into the company, into the studio, into our employees or contractors. And my thing is most influencers, most creators will take $5 and spend $5, or we'll take $5 and spend $10. And so they constantly need to go back and make another video and make another ad and make another stream and make another. What we do is we take $5 and we invest it, and it comes out $15. We take $5, we invest it, and it comes out $20. So that slowly but surely, we don't have to rely on certain avenues and certain things, and we can become a proper media company. My dream is to build the next Disney Channel, right? The next Disney, Muslim owned. Not my total dream, but just my my company dream, my total dream is to bring back the ummah, right? And inshallah, be a part of that. But my personal company dream is, we can totally tell the tales and movies and stories and make our own Avengers and make our own anime. But how about, maybe people don't hate their mother in that anime and in that movie? What about they don't insult their father? What about they don't abandon and have sex randomly and boyfriend and girl? That's it. Just small little philosophical details. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ever since the Jews lost Hollywood to the gays, ugh, God has been movies bad. You notice that? I'm not gonna lie. Like, we got to give the Jews some credit. Hollywood was way better when they were running it. Way better when they were running it. All right. Now that the gays are running it, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So let's have the Muslims running. What is the most fascinating thing you could say about Islam that many contemporaries ignore? Ooh, that's a hard question. Can I think about that one? Our current dream should be giving people halal options into our everyday life. That's amazing. That's actually very well said. Like halal games, which remove those unnecessary shirk elements. Okay, you've got my attention. What do you mean by halal games? What does that mean? What does that mean? By the way, if you guys have any topics that you'd like us to cover, just let me know. So we actually just did a podcast episode. I filmed it today. She's a Chinese revert. She found Islam in China. We had an episode with a doctoral candidate, PhD candidate, where we talk about Islamo-futurism, sci-fi, Islam mythology, and all this like fantasy, how to build fantasy worlds utilizing Islam without, doing haram. UFOs and aliens. That episode's crazy. That episode's a trip. And then another one that I mentioned earlier in the stream. Yeah. The one that I mentioned earlier in the stream is we had on an Uyghur brother, one of the leading presidents of Uyghurs around the world, and he was secretly colluding with Israel. So we called him out on that. We have that episode. Saad Yaqub we're filming with tomorrow, inshallah. We have Muhammad al-Ubaidi. I don't know if you guys have heard of Muhammad al-Ubaidi. He wrote the book, Mirror. What is Mirror about? Change what's within, and reality has no choice but to follow. So Muhammad al-Ubaidi will be talking about how if you just change your thoughts and change your heart, your whole world changes. We have some fascinating topics coming up. This is some of my best work. And inshallah, we'll just keep on trying to improve. One thing I will tell you guys, I feel like a lot of people watch our show based off of sometimes who we have on. And I'm not gonna lie to you, a lot of the times the best people we have on are not known. Okay. Can you have Mufti Mink on and ask about being called out on X and ask about, yes, I will. If I ever have on Mufti Mink, he is absolutely getting grilled on that for sure. That same thing with Nauman Khan, same thing with all Hakikachu, all of them, not grilled, but like you got to clear up some stuff. Okay. Can't be doing what you're doing. All right. Let's just be, I don't understand. Like, I'll tell you guys. I'm a YouTuber. I'm on the creative end. I've met a lot of these guys. I'll tell you this. I don't understand it. If you ask me, I'm sorry, why is it that he doesn't say Israel? I don't know. I actually don't even understand it. Hey, why is he anti-Iran and pro UA? I can kind of explain it, but like it just feels like so many stuff from not Mufti Mink, because I think Mufti Mink's a good guy. I don't know what's going on there though. But aside from that, people just need to be real. I think that's what we're all looking for now. Just be real and honest about who you are and what you believe in and what you represent. And people respect that. If what you believe and what you say is stupid, people will see that. People will leave it. Khalas, whatever, bro. I can see that. I can see, like here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little scary, right? It's a little scary. Do I find some weird things happening on my laptop sometimes? Dude, the other day my laptop like got into this weird mode. I actually need to look into that where it started like filming me, right? So, and I'm barely like I'm nowhere near as big as Mufti Ming. So they threaten you, bro. They threaten you. Come after your mom, dad, kids, wife. It gets a little scary. It's only a few can deal with it. What about Norman Ali Khan? What about him? What do you mean by that? What do you mean? What about Norman Ali Khan? Just prayed Fajr and I'm dying of being tired, but still have to go to work. Your work is right after Fajr. May Allah be with you. Why? Oh, if you don't like your job, you always have to be doing something on the side to make sure you can get yourself out of whatever situation you're in. Are we still discussing those imams? Yeah, honestly, to this, I've done 3 live streams so far. Each time people are mentioning, like last time they mentioned Hakikachu and Imam Omar Sayman. I'm like, are we still on this? I thought we were on it. Giving out an eye about building an app that acts in very needy situations can be many. Oh, you said no, man. I just said like anyone that I have on. Like we tried to have on Khalid Baidoun the other day, and he was like, I'm not talking about the nonprofit thing. I have his number personally. We've talked before. And I'm like, I can't have you on if you're not willing to talk about the nonprofit thing. He's like, I'm not talking about the nonprofit thing. I was like, then you're not coming on the show. Just as simple as that. Bring on Noman Khan. My only issue with Noman Khan is I have to ask you about what you did. Well, not what you. I don't need to know what you did, but how do you feel? Like, do you apologize? Do you clarify? What's going on here? Can we talk about it? No. And we're just gonna sit there with an elephant in the room. I do kind of want to talk to him about. Man, I would love to talk to Noman Khan about tafsir though. I wish we could. Samira, was you last time too? Dang, brother, you got to get over this. The shaitan will not leave us from infighting, so that's why it will reoccur constantly throughout our history. Yeah, man, like we gotta get over this. You know, I've actually been very tough on non-Muslims lately. I've been trying to be very lenient with Muslims and very tough on non-Muslims. Like not tough in like a rude way, but like when I lock eyes with like a random white guy, it doesn't look like he's looking at like butterflies and rainbows. Before I used to kind of like, I feel like I used to kind of be subconsciously kinder to non-Muslims in a way, and like subconsciously a little rougher with Muslims. And I was like, hold up. You know, when you keep growing up and you realize no one's got your back like your family, you know, and then you start treating the world outside of your family a little different, like not rude, but you just start realizing like, yo, I've learned. I feel like in the last 3 years, we've learned no one's got our back like Muslims. No one's got our back like the Ummah. The only people that would cry over me, that would fight for me for justice, that would get angry for me would be Muslims. Ain't no non-Muslim gonna do a thing for me. Okay. Ustad Norman is very inspiring. Very, very inspiring. Ustad Norman. I'm a product of Ustad Norman Ali Khan. I'm a product of him. All right. Let's call it a night, everyone. I'll talk to you guys soon, inshallah. I'll see you guys next week. Watch out for that Paul Williams episode, The Untold History of British Muslims. It's actually very fascinating. We talk about how 400,000 Muslims died in World War I and how Muslims rebuilt the UK and all of that. All right. Assalamu alaikum, guys. Have a wonderful night. I'll see y'all next time. Salam.